I have understood. No. I have understood. You're not understanding.
You're spinning my question.
By whom? That is my question.
No, my question is different.
No. I am saying who? No, Samjhauta blast. CIA investigates the matter. There is a United Nations Security Council resolution against Pakistan. And why has Indian government taken a back seat?
Sure. We are asking the question. 1 minute. We are asking the question. 1 minute, Abid Rasool. The question is being asked here today. Why should the government of India not call off any talks with Pakistan till the Bhatkal brothers are handed over? Let's at least ask for it. We don't talk about the Bhatkal brothers, but Meenakshi, you didn't get my question.
Not just Bhatkal, there are so many.
Meenakshi, you didn't get my question. My question is different. I want to get back to the entire panel. My question to Meenakshi Lekhi is this. If today the Congress party or a Congress party ally or even your current political favorite, the JDU for example, were to extend legal help to somebody facing terrorism charges, I can assure you, Meenakshi Lekhi, that you, personally, Meenakshi Lekhi would hold a press conference tomorrow and say this is unacceptable. I can assure you, you would. Right? But when the Shiv Sena, when the Shiv Sena extends legal help to the suspects in the Malegaon blast, you support it.
Listen, Malegaon blast cannot be compared. I have told
it's the principle.
No, please listen. Please listen.
Let's get everybody.
The principle is now allow me the answer. I'm sorry. How many investigations you can have of the same case? That is the question. Can you have ATS, can you have CBI, and can you have NIA, and nothing is arrived at? 5 years, the woman is inside the jail, and no charge sheet? Is this the law of the land?
Why does your sympathy flow in one case and not in another? Where is?
I'll tell you, because it's miscarriage of justice. Had you produced documents, charge sheeted her, and convicted her, I would be fine with it. But you have no material to file a charge sheet.
How does a lawyer like Meenakshi Lekhi...
So you continue prolonging it.
No, that's a question. And I'm asking that question. I think I've made a point there. I've made a point that where I started, every political party today, Subramaniam Swamy will agree with me. Every political party has dabbled in politics on it.
I'm sorry. No. I have not dabbled in politics so far as terrorism is concerned. My stand is very clear. Very. Me meaning BJP. We are very clear on terrorism. There is a judicial process. There is a process of investigation. You can't go on investigating a particular matter till eternity, till you have found the suspect who you want to convict. I'm sorry, that is not the process of law.
Meenakshi Lekhi, even the best of lawyers don't always have to be consistent. But even the worst of politicians will have to be consistent. This is the premise.
I think I'm very consistent. I am very consistent, and you're not picking up the point. The point is very simple. The point is, please investigate terrorism cases. Please convict the people and convict them right there and then. I have no problem. But you can't keep people inside jail only on suspicion for 5 years. No charge sheet. And third investigation.
Sure. Please pick up all the Ulfa cases also. Please pick up all the LTT cases also. Please pick up all the Indian Mujahideen cases also.
Up all cases.
Please pick up all the Huji cases also.
All cases.
You're not picking up all cases. You're not picking up all cases.
I am picking up all the cases. I am picking up all the cases.
I want to go back.
My stand is very consistent.
I want to go back.
And you have Minority Commission interfering with NIA, coming up with something. And even today, the stand of Congress makes it so clear that it wants to divide people on community lines because
Abid Rasool is responding. Then I'm going back to the panel. Abid Rasool.
Yeah. Arnab, the classic case of politicization of terror is Sadhvi Ritambra. Then it is also Manohar Parrikar, the Chief Minister of Goa, and meeting the terrorists who have been convicted. It is a case where let me talk. It is a case where Uma Bharati, who goes to Indore and continuously meet people, and then she becomes the vice president of the party. There is Amit Shah, who is convicted, who is accused in a case and he is promoted as a general secretary. And today your government appeals for, your government in Gujarat appeals for death penalty for Kodani, where so all this double speak is not possible. Let us be practical, Meenakshi ji. Let us be practical. The point here is you have been patronizing. You have been patronizing. You have double standards on this. You have been patronizing. You are. Let us all distance ourselves. Let us all distance ourselves from the terror. No, you are. The problem with you is you don't let others speak. You want everybody to listen to you.
79
Meenakshi ji, you want everybody to listen to you. You have no patience to listen to anyone. No, you have no patience to listen to anyone. You always want everybody to listen to you.
Have a chance to have that say.
General Bakshi, yes, General Bakshi.
False cases.
You know, Arnab, I'd like to state that what we are seeing today in this debate is a classic illustration of how our politicians cannot get their act together, cannot get to a bipartisan consensus when it comes to fighting a national security problem like terrorism.
Yeah.
You know, this whole business of equating it with a community started when Mr. Subramaniam suggested that we attack the Pakistani camps in POK.
Please.
And that came the answer from our National Conference representative that you would be hitting your own people. How do you equate terrorists with your people? That is the central question. And I think
No,
as far
everybody
as
in POK is not a
cases are
terrorist. I think you should
concerned,
revise
we
your
should
point.
fast-track
No,
all cases
it's all right.
relating to terrorism.
General Bakshi, I have tremendous regard for you. You know, I have tremendous and absolute regard for you. But all people in POK are not terrorists. That's point number one. Point number two, it's very nice to be hardline when you're on the other side.
No, who's talking about people?
No, I'm talking of attack on the terrorist camps.
Subramaniam Swami's response.
We are talking about camps.
No, I am talking about our own people who are living there. I talked about my own people who
How
are living
is
there.
a
but you attack the
terrorist
camps.
They are our own
equated
people.
with own people?
You can't bombard them. I am talking about my own people who are living across the line of actual control. They are Kashmiris. They belong to the state of Jammu and Kashmir. They are part and parcel of our
Anybody
of our
who
state.
crossed over
When I
for arms
reacted, I
trading
only said
and
that
came
you
back to
can't
fight
bombard
and
your
kill
own
is
people.
a terrorist.
They are our people. That's what I said.
If they are
People in the
Kashmiris,
terrorist camps
then
are
they
not
better.
our
If they are
own
Kashmiris,
people.
let
They are
them be good
terrorists.
citizens.
No,
Period.
I'm not talking about the camps. No, he didn't talk about the camps. He talked about the people who are living
so
there.
he's
And
clarifying
We are
now.
talking
I
about
did.
the camps,
You can't
the terrorist
bombard them.
camps.
No.
Must
I am
be
not
struck
talking
in
about-
retaliation.
You're hard of
That
hearing.
must be
You better
struck in
get a hearing
retaliation
aid.
to raise costs for Pakistan.
Sir, this is all, Mr. Subramaniam Swami, I don't mean to just cross swords with you just like that, and I know many people are wary of, but I'd like to point out to you all this, what happened to all this fire and brimstone, and were there no terror camps in Pakistan when the NDA government was in power, when in POK, and with reference, one more, with reference to your own state, I have an example. One second, because you know, BJP, my argument was today of consistency. If I'm not mistaken, in the case of Nalini, in 2000, the Tamil Nadu government headed by Karunanidhi, which did business with, the NDA advised the governor to commute Nalini's death sentence and reject the mercy petition of others. You know it better, I'm just saying it for our viewers. In April 2000, the state government forwards it to the central government, right?
Yeah.
If the BJP is a strong government, a strong party, no, we are not a soft state, then why was the matter kept in abeyance for so long?
You're asking me.
No, I'm just raising it
I was
as
not
an
part of
issue.
the NDA at that
No,
time.
I know you, but I'm raising it as an
I've
issue.
been the one who has been fighting.
Sir, you are
Listen,
You're
I've been fighting. I've gone to court to stop Nalini from being released.
But you are a
And
BJP
my,
ally.
My correspondence with Advani at that time,
Yeah, but you
not
are
to allow any mercy for Nalini.
But Subramaniam Swami is now with the NDA, which is a BJP ally, and therefore my question to you is to analyze what I feel is the inconsistency of the BJP reflected in its attitude towards the Nalini petition in the period that it was in power.
Well, I can't be responsible for what happened then when I was not around. Let it happen today. Then you ask me.
Vicky Nanjappa, I want to now come back to this. Vicky Nanjappa, without a doubt, what is proven.
Arnab, I have a point to make.
No, I come to you, Meenakshi. You see, I'll just come to you, Meenakshi. The point is that all political parties forever will politicize terror. Right? As of now, what is the coordinated action? Let's talk at a global level. We get very concerned when things happen in Boston. What happened in Bangalore is no less serious than what happened in Boston. What is the action that will put fear in the minds of these groups, which we can do?
Exactly.
What has to be done is a fair investigation. I don't think either the NIA, CBI, or even the local police, should investigate as per what any of these politicians tell them, and it shouldn't be a stage-managed investigation. That's point number one. Second thing is, a proper due process of law ought to be followed. There is going to be heartburn, no doubt, when there are errors, but make correct errors. Don't make errors because media is putting a lot of pressure on you or the politicians are putting a lot of pressure. Correct errors, a quick charge sheet, fair trial, and a very speedy conviction. If this is done, then there is going to be a fear. There's been a lot of complaint in the agencies with a lot of officers that I speak to is that, even they start losing a lot of interest. Even they start losing a lot of interest in investigation when there are, these delaying tactics due to, a lot of political consideration. They also lose interest. They put up a lackluster charge sheet. These terrorists are very aware of it. Our country faces this problem. We are very, very slow in putting up charge sheets and extremely slow in convicting
here's
terrorists.
A choice.
And this has worked like a charm, like a boon for them.
This is a bureaucratic solution. We need to attack the masters. We must go after the masters who are training these people, not catching hold of these people who are ready to die.
The masters of the Indian Mujahideen, if it is the Indian Mujahideen are in Pakistan, no doubt about it. No doubt about it.
Arnab, can I come in here, please?
Absolutely. Pakistan is the state.
Arnab, you have to give me a minute.
Mr. Gujral is coming in. Mr. Gujral, 1 minute. We are now looking at responses and the way we can go in for a forceful response if we don't want to risk another attack. Mr. Gujral.
Arnab, the greatest act of terror was perpetuated by the Congress Party in 1984 when they physically led, their leaders were leading, the mobs were led by them, and they physically massacred 7,000 innocent people. And now it's 29 years and they're still shielding their leaders.
Your facts are wrong. Nowhere the Congress party has been involved in that.
Sure.
Everybody knows the Congress party was leading. Everybody knows Sajjan Kumar. Everybody knows Tytler. What are you talking about? Everybody knows H.K.L. Bhagat. Everybody knows Dharamdas Shastri. And the Prime Minister of the day for 3 days did not call the army out. 7,000 people were being massacred.
Your own stand on Bullar is very inconsistent. You have been 3 years back saying he should be hanged. Today you are going back.
Why did Bullar do it? Why has Bullar done it?
Don't go into the root causes of this. Don't justify Bullar. Don't use the opportunity to justify Bullar, Mr. Gujral. Mr. Gujral, Mr. Gujral, no, 1 second. Abid Rasool, 1 minute. Abid Rasool, 1 minute. 1 minute.
Sweeping remarks on our party.
No, don't link Bullar to 84.
They are sitting in their parliamentary board.
Mr. Gujral, this is a dangerous argument. I'm sorry. I'm going to have to come in right now. You link Bullar to 84. 1 minute, sir.
Punishment should be given to Bullar.
You link Bullar.
I am not saying no punishment should be given.
But
I'm saying you cannot ignore the fact that nobody has been punished. No leader has been punished for the last 29 years.
Sir, separate justice for a riots and a genocide from justice and action on terror. If you don't do that, then
what is terror? This is not terror.
Is Bullar not terror?
It was state-sponsored terror.
Rajwana is not terror.
And same thing.
Just because the BJP is giving you a long rope on the case.
I say it was. I say it was. I'm not saying it was not. But why are you singling out one man and when 7,000 people are killed and nobody is punished and you ignore that?
Nobody is singling out one man. And a terrorist has no caste, no color, no religion, no state, and hopefully no political party support. The line you take when it comes to other cases. On that note, I am utterly short of time. Ladies and gentlemen, I am short of time. I'm short of time, Meenakshi. I'm short of time, Aslam Goni.
One quick word. Let me just put one line across to Mr. Abid Rasool on 1980 riot in Muradabad on Eid day when Congress government, VP government was in power. What does he have to say when Muslim massacre happened on
You can't justify an act of terror through another act of terror. You cannot justify a genocide through a genocide or a riot through a riot. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much for joining me on debate number 1 on the News Hour tonight.